I'm Jen.
And I'm Steve-O.
From Two Can Travel.
And so can you.
Before we get started, if you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It really supports our channel.
And if you've already subscribed, thank you very much, and we love you. We've been house sitting all over the world since 2019, and we get a lot of questions from people about how it all works, so we're going to answer those questions in this video.
By the end of this video, hopefully you can decide if house sitting is something you want to do in your own travels.
So we'll start with the question we get all the time. What is house sitting?
It's a good question.
House sitting is when you stay in someone's home and take care of their pets and plants and gardens while they're away.
People look for house sitters because it gives them peace of mind knowing that their house and their animals are being well taken care of while they're gone. Plus, they save money not having to board their animals, and their pets can remain comfortable in their own home.
As a house sitter, you get to live rent-free and get to live like a local while you're traveling. It's a win-win-win for you, the homeowner, and the pets.
Why would you want to house sit during your vacation? There are many people like us who travel full-time and who utilize house sitting as a break from their travels. Personally, we use it because as digital nomads, we spend a good amount of time working from home, and so it's nice to have all the comforts of a home, like all the appliances and things you just might not find in an Airbnb that make things feel more homey. And we also like pets, and so it's nice to have their company while we're working. It's also really great that we can save money on rent in more expensive locations where we travel.
And even if you aren't a full-time traveler and you do have a home base, you could still use house sitting as a quick getaway to a place you want to visit near where you live. Why don't you just get a hotel or Airbnb like a normal person?
Rude.
What? Well, we do get Airbnbs and hotels while we travel.
House sitting is not the only thing that we do for accommodation.
One of the main reasons we choose to house sit is because all of the money we save on not getting Airbnbs or hotels.
We've saved a ton of money over the years while we've been house sitting. So we were just doing the math, and in total we've house sat for about 22 months since 2019. And considering that we usually spend around $500 to $900 a month on Airbnbs, that's saved us close to about $13,000 over the past few years that we've been house sitting.
And considering what nice places we've stayed while we're house sitting, the true value is probably a lot more.
Yeah, a lot of the places we've stayed are places like well beyond what we would normally get for ourselves. It's probably closer to like $30,000 worth of accommodation at this point.
I'm going to say $50,000.
I mean, it.
There's no...
But it really has saved us a ton of money on accommodation, which has been huge for us in our travels. Aside from just saving money, another big reason that we love to house sit is it gives us this opportunity to live in places we probably wouldn't have lived otherwise, and to live more like locals in the places where we're traveling.
Wherever we go, we like to meet the neighbors and get involved in community events. And it lets us live like locals, like we actually live there, instead of just passing through like a tourist.
Usually the homeowners will introduce us to their neighbors or their friends when we arrive, and that really sets a great tone for us when we first start out in a new place because we already know some people.
House sitting gives us exposure to people, places, and experiences that we would not have had otherwise, and that has really made our travels a lot more fun.
Yeah, it really has. How do you find house sits?
The first house sit we ever did was in Bangkok, Thailand. Our friends were away for a couple of weeks, and so we watched their cat, and we loved the experience of living in a home and having a pet for just a little while.
Yeah, before that we've just been traveling and staying in hotels or Airbnbs, so it was really cool to live in their apartment in Bangkok and have that kind of experience.
They had so many mustards.
So after that experience, we decided to sign up on the house sitting platform called Trusted House Sitters.
Trusted House Sitters is one of the largest house sitting platforms out there, and we chose them because they are worldwide. You can browse sits all over the world based on the dates you want to travel or where you want to go. There are many different ways to find house sits, but we are most comfortable with using Trusted House Sitters because we really like the way that their system is set up.
Yeah, and that leads us well into this next question, which is house sitting safe? You're staying in a stranger's home. And that's a really good question.
It may sound weird that a homeowner would let a complete stranger live in their house, and it is kind of weird.
Yeah, to be honest, it is kind of a weird thing.
And that's why we use Trusted House Sitters, because everyone on the website, the homeowners and the house sitters, go through a third-party background check.
That makes us feel really secure knowing that the homeowners are verified, and obviously it makes them feel secure that we're verified as well. And then beyond the background checks, we also make sure to do at least one call with the homeowner just to kind of do a vibe check and see how we feel about each other before we accept a sit.
And of course, the homeowners are vibe checking us as well.
Yeah, definitely.
And we have seriously sick vibes.
And that said, there have been sits that we've applied to, and after we got off the call, we just kind of didn't feel it was the right fit for us, so we didn't accept the sit, and that's totally fine. That's why you do those calls. So like everything in life, you just need to follow your intuition.
And because of all that, we're happy to say that we have never had a bad or unsafe situation with trusted house sitters. In fact, we've become friends with quite a few of the people we've house sat for, and we've even met up with them later during our travels.
Yeah, it's been awesome.
What is the process like to get a house sit?
Okay, so I think for this part, we'll just show you a screenshot of what the website looks like so you can kind of see what we're talking about. So first, we look over sit options on Trusted House Sitters based on the dates we want to travel for or maybe where we want to go. When we find sits that look good, then we thoroughly read through the profiles and see what responsibilities are involved with the sit and if it feels like a good fit for us. And then when we find one that looks good, we apply and we reach out to the homeowner with a message. If they like us and our profile, then they'll reply to our message and we'll set up a Zoom call or a Skype call so we can get to know each other better. We make sure to ask a ton of questions on that call to make sure we really understand all the responsibilities that are involved and what the homeowner needs from us.
And if all goes well on the call and everyone's passing the vibe check, then the homeowners will formally invite us through the Trusted House Sitters website, and then we will click accept, and then we're ready to go. This one, a lot of people ask us.
Yes.
People really want to know this one.
Do you get paid for house sitting?
No!
Short answer is no, but there's a good reason why. So there are house sitting platforms out there where you can get paid to be a house sitter, but Trusted House Sitters just works as an exchange. You stay in the house, take care of the animals and any other responsibilities, and in exchange, you get to live in the house rent-free. So that's the exchange there.
That sounds pretty good.
It's a pretty good deal as it is.
Yeah. The reason there's no money involved is because when you do a house sit outside of your country, you're usually entering a different country on a tourist visa, and you're not allowed to get paid for doing any sort of work on a tourist visa.
So while you're not getting paid, in our opinion, the exchange is well worth it.
It's more than fair. Yeah.
Another common question we get is, does it cost you money to be a house sitter? And yes, it does through Trusted House Sitters.
So we do pay an annual fee to be part of Trusted House Sitters, and it is one of the most expensive platforms out there.
But it's not crazy expensive, to be honest.
No, that's not that much. But we see that price being a good thing because it is a legitimate business and there are a lot of perks for being part of the platform. Membership with Trusted House Sitters includes things like accident and third-party liability insurance, and you can live chat with a vet in case anything happens to the animals while you're there.
We like having that additional support as an added measure of security when we're house sitting.
And as we mentioned before, house sitters and homeowners go through a third-party background check, and that is included in your membership.
Both the house sitters and the homeowners have reviews and references on their profile, and we think that's really important too, so you can see what other house sitters' experiences were like at that house sit.
There are 3 different annual plans on Trusted House Sitters: the basic plan, the standard plan, and the premium plan. Having a more expensive plan doesn't necessarily mean you'll get more sits.
We had the basic plan for our first 2.5 years on Trusted House Sitters, and we got plenty of sits with that plan.
We have since upgraded to the premium plan for things like sit cancellation insurance and perks like airport lounge passes, and premium members get a cool little badge on the website.
So that's neat.
Yeah.
If you want to check out the different plan options, we'll leave a link below in the description box that gets you 20% off of any of the annual plans. Ooh, this is a fun one. Where have you done house sits?
We've been fortunate to house sit all over the world in places like the USA, Thailand, Hong Kong, Malaysia, Romania, France, the UK, Spain, and Peru.
Here's one of our house sitting charges right now. This is Leia.
She's crazy.
She's so cute.
Leia, would you like to read the next one? How long are the house sits usually?
What a good question, Leia.
Thank you so much.
So there are house sits of all lengths available, from 1 day up to several months.
We personally try to find house sits that are at least 1 month because we like to...
She is crazy.
She's crazy.
We like her.
Because we like to really immerse ourselves in the place we're staying and get into a routine.
Yeah, over the years, we've just found that slow travel is our preferred way of travel, so that's why we look for the longer sits. So that's just what works for us, but there are a lot of house sitters out there who like to string together shorter sits. So they'll do like a week in France, and then like 2 weeks in Germany, and then like a few days in Belgium or something like that. So there are lots of different ways you can do it.
Are there always animals involved in a house sit? We would say that 90% of the time there are going to be animals there. There are house sits that are just for taking care of gardens, but those are few and far between. You can find them, but you gotta get lucky.
Yeah, we've done a couple of those, but out of about 15 house sits that we've done, only 2 of them have had no animals. The majority of the time, you're going to be taking care of pets and the gardens.
2 things.
This question's related. Have you ever taken care of any animals that aren't dogs and cats?
Oh yeah.
We definitely have.
Yeah. 90% of the time, there's going to be pets, and 90% of the time, those are going to be dogs and cats.
So many numbers.
Still a number right now.
I mean, definitely the majority of sits are for cats and dogs, but we've personally done sits for a lot of different animals. We've taken care of guinea pigs, fish, a snake, ferrets, and even an owl. And one day we'd really like to do a farm sit so we can take care of some farm animals.
What?
Well, I would. Okay, I would one day like to do a farm sit. I think that would be cool.
And I'll watch.
You'll have to help.
I'll help.
I don't know. We'll see if it ever comes up one day. I'm just throwing it out into the universe right now. This is a great question.
Have you ever had a bad experience?
Luckily, we've never had a bad experience house sitting, but I would say that Steve-O and I are really positive people, and we just always try to have a really good outlook on any situation.
We want to stress that to avoid any bad experiences or misunderstandings, that you ask a lot of questions of the homeowner on that first call.
I know we've mentioned that before, but that really is the key to why we haven't had any bad experiences, I think. And also just keeping constant communication with the homeowner before your sit and during your sit. We always make sure to add them on WhatsApp or some other way that we can communicate and, just talk as much as we need to with them.
Yeah, just being in constant communication will save you a lot of headaches.
Yeah, anything is solvable as long as you're communicating, which is how life works too.
Another piece of advice we'll give you, it's better to find house sits that already have some reviews so you can get an idea of what you're getting yourself into.
Yeah, that's a really good one. Okay, another kind of related question. Are there any cons with house sitting?
Kind of. Being responsible for pets means you are not completely in control of your own time. Some animals need more help than others, and it's going to change from sit to sit.
Yeah, like you might be walking dogs, or you might have like older pets that need medication, and you need to be there at a certain time of day to give that to them.
Changing litter.
Yeah, so like Steve said, you're not fully in control of your own time, so that could be considered a con. Something else that could be considered a con is that you'll need to be flexible with your travel schedule. So normally when you're planning a vacation, you know where you want to go and when you want to go, but with house sitting, you're at the whim of what is available on the platform. So while there are thousands of sits available at any given time, you might not get the exact location or the exact dates that you're looking for, so you need to be flexible with that. I think those are the only cons we can really think of.
Yeah, this is really sweet.
We really enjoy house sitting, personally.
It's really cool. So these are the most common questions we get about house sitting. If you have any more questions, please let us know.
You can leave any questions you have down in the description box, and we'll make sure to answer those for you.
And if this has answered all of your questions and you want to get started house sitting, we'll leave a link for 20% off your annual membership on Trusted House Sitters in the description box.
Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.
Bye-bye!